pregnant wife abandoned by her CEO husband. What the doctor did next changed everything. She went into labor expecting love beside her. Instead, she got silence, tears, and a message that shattered her world. But just when she thought no one would come, someone did, not with promises, but with something far more dangerous, kindness. And years later, just as she was finally healing, the past came knocking. Hard. If you've ever trusted the wrong person or been saved by the right one when you least expected it. Like, comment, and share the story. Now, let's begin. Savannah Cole clutched the rails of the hospital bed as another contraction ripped through her. Sweat soaked her hospital gown, but the real pain wasn't her body. It was in her chest. Her phone sat cold on the bedside table. 32 unanswered calls. Her husband, Brandon Wells, was gone. The message had come 5 hours into labor. I can't do this anymore. Lauren and I are leaving town. I'm sorry. Lauren, the woman he'd been secretly seeing for months, was now his escape plan. Just like that, the man who'd promised forever disappeared. You're doing great, Savannah. One more big push. Dr. Mason Hart said, his voice calm, grounded, completely opposite the storm raging inside her. She screamed as her son entered the world, his cry fierce. It's a boy, Mason smiled. The nurse whisked him away as another contraction built. Your daughter's ready too, Mason added gently. Savannah cried, not from the pain, but from the emptiness beside her. 3 more pushes and Callie arrived, her scream echoing her mother's heartbreak. The delivery room buzzed with nurses and monitors, but Savannah had never felt so alone. The twins, Caleb and Callie, were swaddled and placed in her arms. Her children, perfect, innocent, with her nose, her lips, but Brandon's eyes. A cruel reminder of the man who had fled. Caleb and Callie. She had once whispered those names with him. Now they were hers alone. Is there someone I can call? Mason asked gently. Savannah shook her head. There's no one, she whispered, tears falling. Mason stayed longer than necessary. He checked the babies, then sat beside her, an unspoken act of kindness. You're stronger than you think, he told her quietly. She didn't believe him. Her world had collapsed. That night, as twilight painted the hospital room gray, she fell asleep sobbing. But when she awoke the next morning, a single white lily sat on the table beside her, placed in a slim glass vase. A handwritten card read, Your children are beautiful, and so are you, Dr. Hart. For years past, Savannah became both mother and warrior. At Crescent View Park, she crouched with her camera, capturing engagement photos while her close friend and longtime babysitter, Jenna Monroe, watched the kids. Caleb and Callie played nearby in matching overalls. Savannah smiled until she remembered that today's shoot would cover next month's rent. Her business, Cole Moments Photography, was growing slowly. Brandon's child support came late, if at all, but her children, thriving. Caleb was thoughtful, Callie fierce. She had built their world from scratch. Mommy, look. Callie ran up, holding a half-eaten cookie. Caleb trailed behind her, looking worried. The nice lady gave us cookies, she said. Savannah's stomach dropped. What lady? She asked. With the doggy, Caleb replied, pointing across the park. Panic hit her like lightning. Callie had a peanut allergy. My throat feels funny, Callie whispered, her voice raspy. Hives bloomed on her arms. Then came the wheezing. Savannah fumbled for her bag, realizing too late her EpiPen was in the other purse. Help! Somebody help us, she screamed, clutching Callie. People turned. She's allergic. Peanuts. I need an EpiPen. A voice sliced through the chaos. I'm a doctor. Let me through. A man in running clothes knelt beside her. Anaphylaxis. She nodded, desperate. He pulled a case from his belt, uncapped the pen, and injected Callie's thigh. I'm Dr. Mason Hart, pediatric emergency medicine. Her head snapped up. Mason, the same kind eyes. You, she whispered, stunned. He didn't answer, just focused on saving her daughter. The woman who gave the cookies had already disappeared into the crowd, leash in hand. Savannah didn't even get her name. Minutes later, as the ambulance roared toward Lakeside General Hospital. Savannah clutched Caleb in one hand and Callie's tiny fingers in the other. Mason rode beside them, monitoring vitals. "You don't remember me?" he asked softly. "It was a hard day." She stared at him. "You delivered them," she whispered, "and left a flower." He nodded. She looked at Callie, now breathing easier. "You saved her." Mason gave a faint smile. "I was just in the right place." But Savannah wasn't sure she believed that. Weeks later, at the Springlight Festival, Savannah set up her camera for a charity event. The twins played nearby. She hadn't seen Mason since the hospital. Until now. Ms. Franklin, the preschool director, called her over. "Have you met our new volunteer?" She turned and saw him, Mason, helping a child at the fishing booth, still in his blue button-down. The twins saw him too and ran toward him, excited. "Dr. John," they shouted, "come eat with us." Savannah froze. How do they know him that well? Later, under the shade of an oak tree, Mason joined them for sandwiches. "You've been around them a lot," she said. "How?" He hesitated. "We live in the same complex, Maplewood Heights. I saw them at the playground after the allergy scare. They came up to pet my dog." "So, you've been watching us?" she asked sharply. "Not watching, just caring." Callie chimed in. "Dr. John finds magic rocks for us." Mason smiled sheepishly. "Just polished stones. They said they liked treasure." 3 weeks passed. Then came the dance. The festival lights twinkled as music floated through the air. Mason approached. "Would you like to dance?" She shook her head. "I don't dance." "Everyone does," he said gently. Jenna leaned over, whispering, "When's the last time you did something just for fun?" That made her pause. One dance. Mason guided her to the floor, slow and respectful. "Just follow me," he murmured. Her walls trembled, but she didn't let go. As they danced, memories stirred. "Why me?" she asked. "Why us?" Mason replied, "Some families stay with you. I never forgot that day. Your courage, your heartbreak." The music slowed. His hand rested lightly at her waist. For the first time in years, she felt something flutter inside, something terrifying. But she didn't step away. "I'm not ready," she whispered. "I know," he said, "but I'm still here." And then he kissed her, soft, patient, healing. And just like that, she exhaled. Months passed. They built something steady. Tuesday night dinners, weekend trips. Mason taught Caleb to ride a bike. Callie stopped fearing thunderstorms. Savannah's heart slowly opened. Then one night, he took her to Ocean View Bluff, a gazebo overlooking the sea, lit with fairy lights. Champagne chilled beside roses. "Savannah," he said, "you changed my life. I love you. I love the twins. I want to be yours forever." He dropped to one knee and opened a velvet box. Her breath caught. Memories of betrayal flooded in. Brandon's lies, his text, the empty chair in the delivery room. "I can't," she whispered, stepping back. "I'm scared." Mason's eyes didn't flinch. "Then I'll wait, forever if I have to." That night, she wept alone, the ring box still glowing in her mind. And then Brandon returned. At Crescent View Park. Expensive suit, familiar charm, empty words. "I miss you," he said. "I want to see the kids again." Savannah went cold. "You had your chance," she replied. He smirked, spotting Mason with the twins. "That your new man?" he asked. "The kids already call him Dad." Savannah stood tall. "They don't remember you, but they trust him. They love him. And so do I." Brandon's mask cracked. The kids ran up, clinging to Mason's legs. Savannah met Mason's eyes, then turned back to Brandon. "You walked away." He never did. Now walk away again, because we've already found who we were meant to have. And this time, she meant every word. Brandon stood there, speechless, the weight of her words sinking in. He looked at the twins clinging to Mason, the man who had become everything he refused to be. His voice cracked. "I was a coward," he admitted quietly. "I abandoned the best thing that ever happened to me." But Savannah didn't soften. not out of anger, but because she had finally healed. Brandon turned defeated, and for the first time, he realized he wasn't just losing them, he'd already lost them. Sometimes, the people we expect the most from abandon us without warning, and the ones we never saw coming, they show up, stay, and rebuild what was broken. Savannah's story isn't just about heartbreak. It's about healing. It's about learning that love isn't found in empty promises, but in the quiet presence of someone who refuses to leave. In a world full of people who walk away, may we all find the one who stays.